But everybody, I'm Eric Jr. and I'm bringing you one of my old what ifs that have actually not been continuing on for a really long time. This is what if the Naruto team was in Dragon Ball. Now, if you guys are wondering, I did explain briefly about what happened in, of course, the beginning of the Frieza saga. Now we'll be heading off to the battle. If you're wondering, I actually kind of forgot that I forgot about this what if. It's been a really long time, but yeah. And I know actually what happened in the previous battle, so yeah. Now we're skipping on to afterwards what happens. With Naruto and Goku being the only one actually left on the planet, while the others were able to escape just in the nick of time. Naruto and Goku would have been sent to Yardra due to Goku not able to pilot the ship correctly. Eventually, both Naruto and Goku are being healed by Adrenians. The Adrenians able to predict that both Goku and Naruto are pure of hearts. Eventually, they both were in train, with Naruto able to recover way quickly than Goku, due to, of course, his chakra, due to Kurama, able to heal him a lot bit faster so he can recover. Eventually, Naruto will teach by Adrenians of how to use spirit vision, or the spirit control. Eventually, Goku would have woken up, and eventually, he would see Naruto train with some clones of himself. Naruto's power will actually not been separated by clones. They actually each have their own power levels to be equals. And even Naruto's power is actually still stay the same as he actually saw, if not even bigger than before. Naruto eventually trains with his clones, with every other clones using the same mode as Naruto. And when Naruto actually hits them, they actually did not disappear, but they continued to fight. Seems Goku was actually impressed. He thought that Naruto's clones, when he summoned them, they would disappear in one hit. But Naruto explained that thanks to Adrenians here, he was able to practically master his Shadow Clone Jutsu to a point his clones can actually take hits and not even stay a little bit longer than even a full day as well. He can actually hold them as much as he wants as a perfect copy of himself. He doesn't actually need to split his energy just like Goku's clones, but he can actually produce a perfect replica of himself. Eventually, Naruto and Goku have been training a lot. Eventually, due to Goku's incredible adaptability, he's able to practically get into transmission, and thanks to Naruto's help of able to locate his chakra, he's able to practically teleport to him multiple times. Eventually, able to pinpoint where Naruto is without even sensing his chakra. To a point that Naruto is became much stronger alongside Goku. If only by the time Goku has much more better grasp on Super Saiyan, and I'm gonna say he's able to even achieve grade 2 by the time. While Naruto has mastered his his transformations and almost his full master his final form. If you're wondering, Naruto does not actually is actually close to getting Baron mode, which is the most powerful mode that he's able to achieve. But if you guys are wondering, Naruto is pretty powerful, but the Baron mode is kind of a drawback to Kurumba because he needs to die so Naruto can use it. But due to Naruto gaining much more chakra, he can actually sacrifice half his chakra to activate the Baron mode, but he can only utilize it for 10 minutes. But if he gains much more chakra, he'll be able to get much more better control over the Baron mode, which even Kurama can actually spend a little bit of 10 years of his life force, so he can practically grant Naruto a much better control over it. But Naruto wants to do it himself. Eventually, both Goku and Naruto were able to get much stronger. Eventually, on Naruto's team, Hinata, Sasuke, and Sakura were able to find out that Naruto and Goku were still alive, as they have a sigh of relief of both them being alive. Eventually, their teleport actually way earlier, so they can get to Earth. If only Goku and Naruto were arrived 8 months early. Now, I'm gonna explain you guys the future timeline in this timeline. Now, most of the events that happens in Goku getting the heart virus still happens. Even Naruto's not able to help Goku recover from that, but he just doesn't think he moves on to a better life. Eventually, Naruto trains Gohan so he can teach him the ways of his father. Eventually, even teaching how to go Super Saiyan, and the young Gohan is able to access it thanks to his uncle Naruto's help. Eventually, Sasuke and Naruto able to learn the Kaioken thanks to Goku able to transfer the knowledge to both of them before dying. Eventually, both of them were able to use the Kaioken technique to an incredibly decent degree. Naruto can already use Kaioken times 20, while Sasuke can hold Kaioken times 15. Hinata can hold times 10, and Sakura can hold times 12. Their powers already reach immense heights, and of course Naruto knows that Gohan can brew himself to be way stronger than his father. Of course, Gohan does not think he may be able to be as good as his father, but Naruto tells him that he doesn't have to be the same as his father. He must make his own decision and his own choices. As he remembers those words being said to him by his father. So yeah. Eventually, Goku does train. Eventually, all the teams would have been attacked by the androids, and most of the Z-Fighters would have been killed as well. With all the things that happened in the original timeline happening the same as the original. because of the Naruto actually being here, the androids will have much more data of them. And eventually, Naruto will face off alongside Sasuke, Hinata, and Sakura will facing off against the androids, being the only left survivors alongside Gohan. With Naruto telling Gohan to retreat, while the others try to shoot Gohan, but Sakura is able to take the hit for Gohan. As she falls down, with Sasuke calling out for her, as he rushes against 18 is able to choke slam her to the ground. Seemingly his power of his Sharingan and his Susanoo is incredibly powered up due to his immense ki control. Naruto then joins Sasuke as he uses his clone technique so he can try in all power 17. But 17 is easy able to handle off the Naruto's army. Naruto decides to risk all he has is he uses Kurama. With the power of the burn mode, Naruto is able to help both androids, but he cannot do it for long. It wastes almost all his ki, and if he pushes himself too much, he will die. Naruto knows only one way out, and he knows it for Kurama. Naruto then decides to transfer Kurama to Gohan, with Kurama telling Naruto not to do it, but Naruto instantly is able to transfer Kurama before he can say anything. Kurama yells for Naruto, but Naruto is evaporated by two androids before Kurama can say anything. Kurama is saddened and angry that he was not able to help him, while Hinata tries to protect Sakura for her escape, but Sakura sacrifices herself so Hinata can escape. When Sasuke telling Hinata to escape and to protect Gohan, is Sasuke decides to do something risky. Is he uses a final explosion to try and damage the androids. That actually is able to practically damage 18 and 17 just enough so they cannot see Hinata and Gohan escaping. Hinata is stand by Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura's death alongside any of the Z-Fires, with Gohan blaming himself for not being strong enough to protect them, to not even use Super Saiyan by the time. Gohan is so much rage that he's transformed for Super Saiyan again, but acting great too, just like Goku in the past. With this, Gohan knows that he must train. He must train to become strong and to protect the future. With Hinata wanting to train Gohan, she will train him. She will be like a mentor to him, alongside his aunt. Eventually, Trunks will still be born since Vegeta almost like would hook up with Bulma, just like in the original. Trunks will remain trained by both Hinata and Gohan, so he gets much stronger. Eventually, Hinata is able to teach the ways of how they can practically use the cloning technique, just like Naruto can, to a much better degree. Due to her able to learn it from Naruto before he was able to die, he transferred his memories to her so she can utilize the technique, if not even teach it to someone. Eventually, he is able to teach both Gohan and Trunks how to use it, but their clones can only last for 10 minutes if they use their full power, and then they'll disappear. If you're wondering, most of the events that will most likely would happen of Gohan losing his arm will most likely not happen because Hinata will actually sacrifice herself, proving much more guilt for Gohan and also like Trunks. With Trunks able to achieve Super Saiyan after Hinata's death, both Gohan and Trunks start in training so they can fully master the Super Saiyans, knowing that this is the way of powering up. Eventually, both Saiyans will know they must go to the past, with Gohan being the one that should go. Eventually, Gohan will appear by the time of King Cold and Frieza arriving. As both Naruto and Goku were able to, or about to face off against them, in a blink of an eye, a warrior appears in front of them. As that warrior is Gohan, or future Gohan. With a powerful Ki Blast, Gohan is able to send both King Cold and Frieza to the next life. As he scoffs while still being Super Saiyan, he then powers back down to base and he smiles at his father and uncle. As he actually shows both Goku and Naruto, they actually feel a little bit of similarity. Like they have seen this person before, but in the same time they have not. Eventually, Future Gohan will introduce himself to everyone. It's talking about the bad future that happened alongside the death of everyone, including Naruto and Goku. Which actually surprises Naruto as he transfers Kurama to Gohan. Gohan would then reveal his Kurama. Kurama has been changing ever since he was actually bonded with Gohan. Kurama actually have a much more lighter skin. Due to Gohan being a Saiyan, this will actually kind of affect Kurama in the same way, practically making him almost much more powerful, but he cannot access his full power when he did with Naruto, because Naruto had much more had him for a much longer time, so that's why he was able to access almost the full power of Kurama and much more experience. While Gohan is much more younger, so he doesn't have the same experience as Naruto. Eventually, everyone would have been prepared for the androids with the 3 years time skip still going the same. Eventually, I'm gonna say that due to Naruto actually able to remind Goku about the hard virus, I'm gonna say that Goku would have able to took it and eventually even train way harder. With the training and knowing that these androids are even stronger than any of the Z-Fighters, including Piccolo, who's one of the strongest as well, and even Naruto as well. This is pretty stressful for everyone. Eventually, Goku is able to master Super Saiyan, and eventually, everyone is able to teach Super Saiyan to go on way early on. Even trying to help him master it, just like Goku, if they are to have a chance, with Gohan actually accepting it. Naruto and Sasuke were able to convince Vegeta to stay on Earth so he can train with them. Vegeta Masaki will not gain as much Zenkai as he would do in the original, but he was able to get a better hold of Super Saiyan if not even mastered by the time. With this, Vegeta actually being much more powerful than the original timeline. Naruto and Sasuke can already use much more higher multipliers of Kaioken than their future counterparts. Naruto can already use Kaioken times 50, while Sasuke can use times 40. Sakura can use times 35, while Hinata can use times 30. And if they are to enhance their keys with their bodies with key, they can actually increase the Kaioken level with 10 levels above the original levels. Eventually, they'll face off against the androids, and the battle most likely be almost a wash for the Z-Fighters due to them being way stronger than before. But the androids are still no joke either. They are able to provide a little bit of a challenge, but eventually they're easily able to be defeated. If you're wondering, Future Cell will still arrive and absorb 17 and 18 like in the original because of just cockiness. And actually, everyone will still have to face off against Perfect Cell like in the original. But Naruto would have trained with both Goku and Gohan by the time of the Time Chamber. Able to train with both of them, and eventually Naruto was able to access and even master his Baron mode. By the time Naruto was able to match Goku in his Super Saiyan 2 stage that he is able to achieve thanks to Gohan. Due to this, Naruto is as strong as Goku in Super Saiyan 2, while Naruto's Baron mode gives out much higher multiplier than Goku. His base form was not at the same level as Goku, so Naruto most likely would have focused on increasing his base form, with Goku also following suit. Seemingly, as this will be a much better training than anything else, knowing that going for a higher transformation while not increasing your base form will most likely not be efficient at all. Eventually, they were able to get much stronger, but you're wondering, this future style is from the original future timeline that I explained before. Having the DNA of Naruto, Sasuke, Sakura, and even Hinata, he has the abilities of their worlds. So yeah, eventually, Cell is able to use Sharingan to practically slow Goku's movements because of practically Cell being almost the same level as Goku. He was also able to slow Goku's movements just enough so he can hit him much more easily. Eventually, Naruto will try to intervene. Eventually, in the end, both Naruto and Goku will decide to sacrifice themselves. Knowing for the very future for the next generation they must sacrifice themselves. Is both Naruto and Goku wish good luck to Gohan. Gohan will scream for both his uncle and father to not do it, but before he could say anything, they'll teleport away. Seeing as they'll teleport Cell as well. Eventually, both Naruto and Goku would have died. As Gohan would scream, as his arm became bluish light, becoming Super Saiyan Rage form. With, of course, Future being surprised by the power, President Gohan they faced off against the newly powered up Cell, but Cell has no chance to Gohan's power, and eventually is easily able to be defeated by the hybrid's power. And guys, this is the end of the sport. Make sure to like, subscribe, and never miss a new video. See you next time, everyone. I'm Gujito. Sayonara.